Third Cole Palmer spam video is here. And I mean, what a setup we have here today. I got the Chelsea flag right here. Kanye posters behind me. Let's see if I can show this. Old Naruto poster. New Cole Palmer one my brother gave me. What a setup. Today, I've got my trusty notebook as always. I'm going to be reacting to the Champions League. Things I learned, things I want to talk about. And I mean, anything you guys want to see, any new videos, any improvements, please comment down below. Share the love, and I'll get into it right now. I have the most to say about this Barca Atletico game, even though I think it was very predictable. I mean, I predicted it, and I mean, like I predicted it, that Atletico would win in such a way. But I think people are finally opening up their eyes to things about Hansi Flick, this defense, Pedri, the Pedri files I hear. First leg starts, and I mean, it's 0-0 till half. Rashford's missing a couple of chances. Probably I have no idea if Atletico won this game 2-0 with the chances Rashford's missing. But I mean, the same enemy as always, that high line. Atletico go through, Kubarsi is last man, and I mean, I understand that maybe most likely 80% chance Simeone was going to score. I don't understand this though with Kubarsi, Bastoni, especially Bastoni since he's actually an experienced vet. Why give up the red card? It is the 44th minute. You have 2 whole legs. It's 0-0. Let's say he scores. It's better to go 1 down than it is for a red card in such a minute. And I mean, it's kind of funny. It didn't even matter. Julian Alvarez just scored off that red card free kick regardless. Second half, almost a little bit of the same. Even though Atletico are a man up, I don't think they necessarily dominated. Still saw a couple more missed chances. And then Barca and Madrid's enemy, to be fair, big game player seems. Sorloth gets subbed on, gets a little tap in. And good positioning, but I mean, Atletico win 2-0 at the Camp Nou. We start to see these cringe, probably Barca fans are the worst. These freaking, we call them like LeBron pictures. Barca's never won across 2 legs or a Camp Nou. Maybe this is why. Maybe because you act like this. The second leg comes around. By the way, I don't understand why Lewandowski does not start anymore. Is Lewandowski not way clear for Ferran? Anyways, 5 minutes in, Yamal scores a good 1v1. Even though Atletico Madrid player lost the ball, which I'll get into. I don't think Atletico Madrid are really, people always make the memes and the jokes about Atletico Madrid being a haram ball team. But I mean, they don't really have 2 good defenders these days. Their fullbacks are more attacking. Melina, Ruggieri, they're almost like wingbacks. Those Melina bangers, if you guys have seen. You got Longley and Pubel and I mean, who are these guys? They're not a haram ball team. But anyways, Barca makes it 2-0 for Ferran. To be fair, really nice goal, even though Langley, I don't know what he was doing there. Looked like a Barca agent. But Ferran scores to make it 2-0. 30 minutes in, it's starting to look like Barca might actually do it. I'd have to eat up my words. I think a lot of people, because now even pundits are starting to, get the damage on Barca. But we see, as always, 4 passes out the back, and wouldn't you believe it, Llorente and Lookman combined for a goal, make it 2-1, and it goes to half till 2-1. And this game reminds me exactly of the Inter one, where Inter was winning 2-0. Barca come back 3-2. You think it's over? It's this highlight. I'll just get into this. We know Barca lost. They won 2-1 technically, but they lost over the 2 legs, of course, 4-1. It's the stupidest idea that I can't comprehend. And people will say, oh, but it worked at Bayern. Hansi Flick won all those. He won sextuple, a quad. I don't know what he won, but he won a lot. Won the Champions League, dominating fashion. But I mean, come on. You had Davies, you had Boateng, you had solid defenders in their prime or athletically fit. Now you've got Jared Martin, you got Eric Garcia, you got Araujo. Koundé's not good at right back. Balde's not a defending fullback. Did I say Eric Garcia already? These are not defenders that one are good. Besides, Araujo did actually show competence under Xavi, despite some moments. And Barca fans, they like to not like Araujo just because he's not Spanish. But beside the point, that is not a high line that I would ever back. Barca just looks like such an easy team to cut through. And, you know, it works in the Liga, but this is the worst Madrid we've seen in years. And I know Madrid's still not bad, but yeah, they're winning the league over that. Of course, Xavi was going up against Champions League winning Madrid. Pretty sure he actually even won the Champions League. No, sorry, not Champions League. He won the La Liga over Real Madrid, who won the Champions League. I actually think Xavi is a more impressive Barca coach. Some things I learned, or that I just want to say, is that Julian Alvarez, what a player. He's got 5-star weak foot. He can score free kicks. He can score finesse. Always scores bangers. He can really do it all. I really like him. What else? Oh, Pedri. Man. People do not talk enough about how Pedri kind of ghosts in these big games. How, I don't know, like Vitinha, I could say he had that great game against Liverpool last year. Obviously, the final. I liked him in Arsenal game last year. This year, I mean, PSG still looks scary. I don't know what Pedri's big games are. Like, I could not point to you and be like, oh, well, you know, he had that big game. So when he loses the ball for Eric Garcia to get a red card, which I don't think I mentioned, that Eric Garcia, red card in both legs. Like, it is not bad luck. This is pure systematic failure by Hansi Flick. It's been 3 years. How do you not have a system besides passing to Yamal where you can't defend? Your attack, I mean, it's good, but you have Yamal, one of the best players in the world. I would hope so. And Rafinha finished 5th in the Ballon d'Or last year. Lewandowski can fashion a chance out of nothing. So, I don't know. I don't see it with Flick. I think he's winning a poor La Liga that they don't have big, impressive wins. Their most impressive win is like what? Like Dortmund? They did have the Bayern under Company, but I don't think they were set yet. Like, that wasn't Company's time, or Bayern's time like it is now. So your biggest wins like Dortmund? I don't know, even Xavi beat PSG 4-1. Was it 4-1? No, he beat them, 3-2 at the Parc des Princes. It's just, I don't really rate Flick as, like, he's not going to push them up. He's not going to propel them to the promised land. But, I mean, I'm going to be honest, this isn't even the best Atletico team I've seen. So it's kind of interesting that this is the one that really takes it to the semifinal. And I mean, how Arsenal are playing, you never know. Atletico could make the final. I wouldn't mind if they win it. I really liked Griezmann and Lookman. Griezmann, even at his age, he was still, you know, smart, checking his shoulder, beating the press. Lookman just, I mean, physically a beast, but also makes those good runs. You know, always takes his man on. He's a smart player. I really like the look of Atletico's attack. It's kind of switched from being a ball team to, yeah, a counterattack and attacking team almost, if Simeone locks in. But, you know, we'll see. I don't think they have the star power to really win the Champions League. Probably be Bayern, but I think it's time to go into the next section. I completely forgot to mention the fact that I wrote this down. Laporta failed to complain, Barca's president, for those who don't know. He failed to complain both times, both legs, against Atletico Madrid. Which brings me up back to the Barca fans, because, I mean, he is a fan, after all. They've apparently never lost a game normally. That's always bad luck or a robbery or something. Let's look at the complaints here. They had the Firmine kick, which, I mean, poor kid, but, I mean, Musso was going for an honest save. I don't think he was trying to hit him, or that's a penalty. We had, I mean, both red cards were fair, you know. People will say Sorrell kicked himself because there's, like, a different angle, but it's like, yeah, once you kick a player, they will alter their trajectory, fall over themselves. And, I mean, Kubarsi, I don't see how you could even complain that. They had, Atletico Madrid had a lot of fouls, but, I mean, really? That's just how Spanish teams play. That's how Barca plays. That's how Sevilla plays. That's how all of them play. A little scrappy. I think even Barca was scrappy this game. So that was a weird complaint to make. And let's just say they were true. Let's just say all these complaints were true. You still had Jean Garcia picking the ball up outside the box. And he almost picked up a back pass. I'm not sure if that one's should be penalized, but the one where he picks outside the box, that's definitely, there's no defending that one. I don't even know how you don't call that with the existence of VAR, but whatever. I guess Atletico still went through. But Just want to make sure you guys know that that game was not a robbery if you didn't watch. We have Bayern versus Madrid, probably the best game. I really enjoyed watching this one. It was two big teams going at it. Madrid isn't at their peak of their powers. You know, they've Arbeloa as coach, a little interim, but did still got Mbappe, Vinny, Valverde, Güler. Still have lots of talent. First leg ends 2-1 for Bayern. I think the tone was set with Bayern keeping the ball for long periods of time, with Madrid hitting that lightning counter that they can have with Mbappe and Vinny. I think 2-1 is extremely kind, though. We had Diaz breaking the deadlock at the 41st, Kane scoring right off half, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold showing I should have mentioned him in the world-class players. He sends in a delicious cross to Mbappe, and I think Madrid are a little lucky to only lose 2-1 at their home, by the way. Just showing how, I mean, we say fall off, but, you know, we know Madrid standards, right? This was not Ancelotti Madrid, not Zidane Madrid. It was obviously a cut below. I think 3 players changed the game for this first leg. Elise, if he wasn't already in the big leagues, he definitely was now. He had an amazing game. Showed levels to Guerreros, unfortunately, for the kid. Neuer had an amazing first leg. And, I mean, you'd have to imagine and have a good second leg. Not for real, though. He saved some nice, hard, low shots from Mbappe. He was pairing things out. Really liked him that game. And then lastly, this is almost more of a bad way. Luis Diaz. He gets his goal at the 41st, breaks the deadlock, very important goal. But dude, he was messing up so many like 2v1, 3v1 situations, or just slowing down the momentum. I definitely think he should have been subbed off earlier. I really did not like him this first leg, despite that he did score. I mean, that's first leg done. I still thought Madrid had a chance just because it's Madrid. But I mean, if you didn't watch this game, by the way, the second one, it was even better somehow. We had the second leg started awfully for both keepers. Neuer, man, I don't know what happened. You know, Jekyll and Hyde, first leg, second leg. Passes it straight to Güler. Some like miscommunication, someone didn't check in. Güler still hits a nasty shot from like a 30, 40 yards out. Don't worry, a couple minutes later, Lunin messes up. I don't know, it just seemed like he was a little weak in it, but Pavlovic nods in an open goal. And then once more, Madrid ties it up to make it 2-1 with another. I mean, it looked like a good free kick, but I don't know, Neuer, I feel like he could have done a little more there. I don't know, the keepers, let me know in the comments. I wouldn't know. It looked a little soft, you know? Especially with the first mistake, I could believe that it would be hard for him to recover, you know? After that, right before half, we see Kane and Mbappe show their levels. Kane scores a very nice bottom bins goal from it was like a real scrappy play. Upamecano gets the assist. So, I mean, that's how you know it was like everyone was a little fragmented. And then Mbappe scores a nice pass from Vinny. Counterattack again. Madrid just, I mean, you have Vinny and Mbappe up there. You have the counters for days. So the game at half, it was what? 3-2? So yeah, Madrid was still tied at this point. I mean, with Madrid, you can always see them going through. But then the game kind of petered out for the next like 40, 50 minutes till the 86th. Camavinga gets a stupid red card. And it seemed like he was begging for one. Like, he got the tackle and then like he was like arguing with the ref. I think he might even kicked the ball away. I just don't see how you can complain about that one. And after that, I mean, 5 minutes left. Bayern show their lethalness. Diaz gets a nice goal, and then Elise gets an even nicer one to round off a great two-leg performance by him and Bayern. And I mean, Company, you know, maybe people weren't sure about him in his first year, relegated at Burnley, and his first year at Bayern was kind of, you know, won the league, you know, but I mean, it's Bayern. But this second year, they dominated Madrid. Game ends 6-4. I think it could have ended more. Obviously, Neuer had those great saves, but still had 2 mistakes. Diaz still messed up a couple chances. Upamecano missed a chance from Kane. I think Bayern take PSG, honestly, because I have here for the PSG game that their wingbacks push very high. If Enzo Fernandez can find Gusto for his 3rd career goal, you think Kane can't find Elise? that space just won't be occupied. Even Liverpool can expose that in their bad form. And back to this game, I have a couple things I learned, so I just want to talk about here. Kane, what a player. He wasn't even on his best. His passing could have been a little better. But, people didn't include him in those Lewandowski, Suarez talks for a while. He's in them. You could even make an argument that he's better than them. It would be a hard one to make, but I mean, he's in those talks. 2 goals against Madrid, 2 big games, which he gets a lot of big game slander, but here he just shows his talent, his quality. Second, I really liked Pavlovic. Maybe, obviously, there's some counterattacks that I'm like, where's the midfield for Bayern? But he was really good, especially in the first leg. I really liked his performance. I mean, at least they're like in that world-class tier now. I mean, world-class is a little arbitrary, but, they're in the big leagues, I rate them. Third, Mbappe is clearly better than Vinny. I don't understand this like Mbappe dictator stuff because, I mean, obviously it's a joke, but there is a faction of the Madrid fan base that is like, well, look, Mbappe came and we can't win trophies. Maybe we played better with Vinny, but it's like, who's the dictator if Vinny can't play with his teammates? Well, Mbappe still has what, like 15 Champions League goals in 11 games? And, before you could say, oh, he's in smaller teams. I mean, he just scored 2 goals against Bayern, and Vinny got, 1 assist across 2 legs, 0 goals. I think Mbappe is clearly better than Vinny, and I'm sad. It's sad I even have to say that. My fourth point is that even though they made some good tackles, they also had their fair amount of blunders. Upamecano, Neuer, Stanisic, just too inconsistent. That's the thing PSG could gamble on, that Neuer was going to make a mistake at his age, that Upamecano headed that ball back to Vinny. I mean, back to my other point, Vinny, you got to be scoring that. Made a couple mistakes, had that harsh stamp. I think it was Vinny or Gu there. That maybe another ref calls a red. I don't think it was, but it was definitely borderline. And lastly, I guess I already spoke about it. I think Kompany's a great coach. Even though I've doubted Bayern in the past because of his defense, I think he's smart enough that they keep the ball for so long against Madrid. I think he'll know how to cover those mistakes. I think Bayern's going to Champions League. Kompany's going to get in Champions League very young if he wins this one. I mean, let me know what you guys think, because it's Bayern or PSG realistically, right? For this penultimate game, we have Liverpool versus PSG. I obviously want to leave Arsenal for last. Not too much happened there. This game, it was a real predictable result, 2-0 across both legs. Liverpool are still a big team. They're not going to get blown out the water, but I think the scoreline the second game was a little deceptive, but we'll go into that. First game, I mean, PSG freaking dominated, and they had this stat line, held Liverpool to 0 shots. Liverpool had no chance but to hold on there and just wait that maybe they can counter, maybe second leg can come. That game was a domination. But just like last year, where PSG dominated the first leg, but lost, but Liverpool dominates, maybe not dominate, but Donnarumma made some good saves at the crossbar, that Liverpool was better in the second leg. In this second leg, Liverpool could have had them. They had this stat line before the 70th minute. And I know it's not all about stats. I would almost say the stat line is deceptive in the fact that their wingers wouldn't take a good shot. Marquinhos got that goal line block. The fact that there could have been a penalty shout, that they wouldn't pull the trigger. I was so mad. Szoboszlai wouldn't shoot. I mean, that's what he's known for. And I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but there was a lot of missed chances, and a lot of times she pulled the trigger. Even Kirkaj coming on that back post, And maybe if Isak was fit, Ekatika didn't have to get subbed out. There's uncomfortable conversations there that Liverpool may have even won that midfield battle. They kept intercepting the ball there, playing it out wide. I like the look of Rio, even though, come on, man, just shoot the ball. Less skills. So PSG do win 4-0, which I think is deserved that they win, but there was a point until the 70th minute before PSG scored that Liverpool could have tied it up easily. I don't think PSG, this game is as black and white as the scoreline suggests it is. And as I said earlier, Enzo can find Gusto for his 3rd career goal. Who's to say Kane can't find Elise? Marquinhos and Pacho, they're good, but they're not indestructible. They're not Saliba or anything. I'm not an Arsenal fan. That's not actually really cringe, but I don't know, I just think there's uncomfortable conversations. And after I recorded this, like during the day, Lyon beat PSG. I saw Pacho get cut open on a through ball. I don't know. I don't think they can go 2 years back to back with this crazy, they outperformed their XG by 6 against Chelsea. They won 8-2, right? Both teams had a 2 XG. I'm pretty sure Chelsea had slightly higher. I don't think it's sustainable to just, counterattack against Liverpool. And Kvichich keeps scoring these finesse goals. I don't know. I don't think it's sustainable. I think Bayern beat them, but as I said earlier, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Lastly, and the most boring, watching paint dry, just mind-numbing game of soccer I've ever watched, and I watched both legs. I watched all these games. I mean, I had the 2 monitor set up with my brother. It was awful. It was as awful as the scoreline suggested. I mean, Sporting aren't amazing, but to be fair to Arsenal, Sporting hadn't lost in home in, I have it here, 8 months since September. And I mean, they beat PSG at that home. So getting a 1-0 win there last minute, that's nothing to scoff at. But then they tie 0-0 at home. Obviously, they didn't need to win, but it's just, if you're not getting a good couple goals on Sporting, even though you beat Atletico 4-0, Alvarez, they can catch you out, especially on this run of form that they're on, this horrid run of form. Atletico Madrid can definitely catch out Arsenal, but they go through. The only thing of value I have here is that I really liked Maxi Araujo, the left back he had a nice mullet. I mean, he would run all day, had some really powerful shot and cross. He hit the crossbar on a Araya, pretty good save, to be fair to Arsenal fans. Actually, I also have that Luis Suarez. I watched that Bodo second leg where Sporting scores 5 goals. Didn't impress me there. Didn't impress me first leg against Arsenal. Second leg, is he just another, I wouldn't even say Gyökeres. Gyökeres still has a fair amount of goals. Suarez is just maybe a little Liga NOS merchant. Yeah, so that's all I have to say today. I would say, as of now, you asked me right now if I got into my head, I would say Bayern beat PSG, Bushcrack. Bayern beat PSG like 4-3. There's going to be a lot of goals in that game. That's going to be a classic. Arsenal, Atletico. Realistically, Arsenal actually have a better team, but you can't back them right now. Can't back Arteta. Can't back them in Champions League semi. Atletico's going to win. It's going to be a tighter game, right? Maybe 2-1 across 2 legs. I don't know. They don't have the best defense, but I think Simeone Atletico will find a way. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.